need the course.
I'm not sure why it's not giving me the results now.
Well done.
There you go. Someone actually voted, I don't know. Interesting. We'll get back to that.
Okay, you've only got 4 people in your audience though, so I'm not sure how statistically accurate the results are. But okay, I expect that most students would agree with you.
I'm pretty sure I'll make them change their mind. Whoever voted, I don't know, at the end of the presentation.
I'm going to say that they're a good idea. Because anything that broadens your education in these years has to be welcome. Okay, so you've got someone to convince, that's what
Okay, now the convincing part then. Just a quick question. Why do you think whoever voted yes, they're surplus or a waste of time or whatever, why do you think that is? Just give me one reason.
It's not related to what I want to study. It's not related to English.
So material-wise, it's not really related to whatever occupation you're gonna be in the future being, right? You give me another reason?
We don't need it and we will not use it today.
That's pretty much
Also,
what
it's
she
like a waste
said.
of time and a waste of money. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm paying
Exactly.
for courses I don't care about.
So,
Can I put a different perspective? I wouldn't do this to someone else, but I know that you're not going to get nervous, right? So, when you come to a college like this, am I right in assuming that you expect to be taught by people who have PhDs? Do you expect that? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You would expect most people to be doctor this or doctor that, or professor this or professor that, right? To have the right to stand up here and teach you, right? Okay. Nothing that I did in my PhD has any bearing or any relationship whatsoever, or in maybe nothing has a direct relationship to the classroom whatsoever. So isn't it the same all through life, that we always do things to give us a wide perspective? You see what I'm saying? I mean,
I get what you're saying, but-
spent 100,000 shekels paying my tuition for a PhD, and I worked on it to the exclusion of my family life for over 3 years. And I don't think it's influenced me in any way whatsoever in terms of what I do with you guys. So I'm just saying, as you think about this and as you talk about this, just bear in mind that it's a general phenomenon of life, that we tend to, learn more than we actually use.
yes, but I get what you're saying, but that's PhD. We're talking about like a bachelor degree here, which is the first 4 years of every college student's life.
Even my
It's-
first degree doesn't have any relationship to what I do with you. So I studied English literature, so I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm just saying, you know.
Alright, so we'll go to the first reason, which is money. Mostly anybody who wants to start college, they'll start here like right after the army, after 3 years, or in other cases right after they finish high school. Apart from their parents' help financially, they don't have any money, right? How many times have you actually been stressed out over money that you thought, oh, I can't do it anymore?
This entire year.
I'll give you an example, a personal example. When I finished high school, I actually started learning at the Orad Brauli, the college in Carnegie. And I didn't want to. It was my father who actually told me you have to go to college right away. Otherwise, you lose your motivation. And trust me, you'll not want to be wanting to go to college again. So I said, okay, I respect my father. I respected his decision, his suggestion, whatever, and I went to Broward. I didn't have any money. I had a car. I didn't have any money. I couldn't work at that time because of the full busy schedule of the college. There were days, this is true story, I did not go to classes because I didn't have gas money for the car. True story. And I ended up dropping out after the first semester. I said, this is not working out for me. I can't do this anymore. I have to work. I have to earn my money and then go to college. So, money or student loan, I want you to pay attention to this. This was taken 2 years ago. This is in the United States because I couldn't find anything in Israel here. So there's a whopping 1.5 trillion dollars in student loans. Imagine this. All the students are taking loans so that they go to school and study, and eventually they have to pay off these loans. This is huge pressure on a student, especially at the beginning of their college journey. This is huge. And the number just keeps growing. Like there's no solution for this. This is a chart of reasons why actually students drop out of college or the university or whatever. You can see the financial pressure. It's 38%.
Can we hear the other ones? A bit small. Really interested to hear.
It's
Poor social
poor
fit.
social fit, the family support, mental or emotional issues, health problems, distance from home, or academic disqualification. What I'm trying to say here, my point is, the main reason for students to just say, that's it, I can't take this anymore, I can't do it, they don't have money. And what can you do about this? Or not you, but what can the college or the educational system do about this? Decrease the number of courses for students so that they don't have to pay that huge amount of money or take loans, and hence don't drop out. Reason number 2, time. How many times, we'll take our own experiences here. How many times you had an assignment, English assignment, that was due for like 2 or 3 days from now, and you went into huge pressure because you didn't have time to do the assignment because you were doing another assignment for a different course that is completely not related to English, and you're thinking to yourself, why am I doing this? Why are they giving us huge assignments in Hebrew grammar or in statistics, which requires so much time, so much effort, that you end up not having enough time to do what actually matters. And this is assignments in English and concentrating on the real subject that you actually love, you actually came to college to study for. So this is my number 2 reason. And this is, there's this little general note here. In the University of Massachusetts, I hope I pronounced it right, every undergraduate is forced to take 11
Wow.
general education classes. What is 11 classes? That's 2 whole semesters. 2 whole semesters. That's like 1 year of your college life you're doing general education courses. It's not enough time. My third reason is lack of motivation. Motivation. If you think about the previous 2 reasons that I said, this is actually a result of these 2 reasons plus other reasons, of course. You get to the point, as I told you before about my story, where I had no more motivation to continue studying. That's why I dropped out. You have to have motivation to actually succeed in college. You can't be studying or doing your homework or your assignments if you're not motivated. You're not gonna put effort in them. You're not gonna believe in what you're doing. Eventually you'll fail. And if you failed, that means you lost money, you lost time of your life. We're talking about years. In my case, it only took 1 semester, but I still regret it. So, anybody disagrees so far? Nobody disagrees?
No.
Wow,
You're very convincing.
right?
You explained our feelings.
Well, I'm pretty sure someone might disagree.
Money I can understand. Time, I think it's solvable because I think that if people in general education classes were told to limit or not give weekly assignments or whatever, I mean, it's solvable, right? You can give a general education course with an exam at the end without weekly pressure, or maybe no exam, some kind of.
Yeah, but what's the point if you're just gonna do a final exam of a whole course?
But
Like,
let me give you my perspective. So I've spent many years teaching and coordinating the academic English program here in the college. You understand what the academic English program is, right? The compulsory English that everybody has to do in order to get their first degree. And they said one of the reasons why I don't want to work there anymore, and I much prefer working in the department, as does every English teacher, is that they would say the same things to me about English. To me, it's obvious that every student needs English. The whole world communicates it. Every reason that I could give you now for why all the students in this college need to do English classes, you would all agree with me, I think. But they feel the same way about the English classes as you do about the statistics classes. You understand what I'm saying? Not always do we know what's.
I get what you're saying, but how many English courses do they actually take?
Up to 4.
God.
Up to 4, depending on how bad their English is when they come in.
I mean, even us, I had to take 1 previously, and I hated it, and I love English. So yeah, it was for me unnecessary. And like what they teach me, like articles and stuff, like I love reading, but not that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, first of all, that's actually going to be changing in the near future. They are changing the syllabus. But it's a bit problematic because I agree with you that the way these courses are chosen, the way that they are taught, and maybe even the names, the types of courses that you have, might not be that relevant. I don't think that teaching statistics is that relevant for first degree students because you're not going to do your own research. Probably not. But I do think there is a place for giving general education courses for someone who's going to have the responsibility of being a teacher. The question is, which courses, how and when, and how much?
I'm gonna talk about this
Okay.
later,
Okay.
because you said to be a teacher. There's a
That's-
video later on
Because
I'm
that's
gonna
the
show
context that
you.
we're in, but
Yeah, I know, but there's a video I'm gonna show you later on that
Okay.
Gonna make a whole different point.
Okay.
So, some might say general education courses actually broaden your horizon. What they mean by that is that they actually give you more information. As they say, more knowledge is more power. So, your life should be easier if you know more stuff. You could actually make more good impressions when it comes to your employers. And I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure about that. I get to that point. These courses, they also argue that they actually teach you soft skills that your employers actually desire. What they mean by that is that when you go to when you go into your work journey, start working and start your occupation, you actually have these skills ready. You know what you're supposed to do, you know how you're supposed to do it. They don't have to teach you anything. And they think that's why these general education courses are so important. Because otherwise you just go into an interview and you have no idea what to say, or you make mistakes and you're not impress your boss, and it might cost you. They could have a point, but I don't agree with that. These are my rebuttals now. Our horizon is already broadened. We're in college. Like, how much more can you broaden a horizon? We spend our whole elementary school, ever since we're in kindergarten, we spend our senior school, our high school, whatever. We're actually learning general education courses. What it's math, it's foreign language, science. We're actually learning these. So why do we have to go all over again, the same process in college that will cost us time and money and eventually our motivation? Why? There's no point. There's really no point in that. I had the grammar, the Hebrew grammar class the other day. One of the students, the teacher asked a question, and one of the students gave her the answer, and she asked, "How do you know that?" And she actually said in class, "Oh, we learned this in high school." I'm thinking to myself, if you learned this in high school, why do you have to take a yearly course again to learn the same thing? I don't know. The skills. These skills that they say that general education courses actually teach you, these skills, you learn them at work. You don't learn them in class. The teacher can't teach you skills. Well, okay, they can teach you skills, but eventually these skills, you will learn them when you go into the work life, the work world. There's nobody in the world that comes 100% prepared to whatever job they're searching for, whatever occupation. You learn new skills every day. And the best way to learn these skills are on site, on the job. Not in class. Not through a teacher, with all due respect to teachers. It's your boss, it's your coworkers, it's your own personality that can teach you new skills, not general education courses. I'm gonna give you a proof of what I'm saying here. This is a legit Google interview. We all know Google, right? one of the biggest companies in the world. And this is an interview. They're actually interviewing somebody for a job. I need you to pay attention to what type of questions they ask and what type of interview is this. Nope.